everybody, it's Michelle and I've got so many wonderful products from Arteza to share with you guys today. This was actually 3 products because this here came as a bundle set that's including 60 gel pens, 60 refills, and graphite transfer paper. And we'll look at those as we go along. You guys may know I've been interested lately in planners, and I just had to get some gel pens for my planners. And this set here contains 7 classic colors, 9 pastels, 6 rainbow, 6 neon, 10 metallic, 12 glitter, and 10 fluorescent. I'm going to show you guys some of those. I can't wait to get into some of that with you. But an additional product just sold separately and not as part of the bundle is the set of 20 retractable gel pens. And these are just in regular colors. We don't have any glitters or metallics or anything like that, but these are retractable and they're the soft grips. So I'm excited about those as well. And my third product that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today is the hobby knife set. And I have just fallen in love with this little set. And like I said, I'm getting into planners, and a lot of times you need a hobby knife to cut some of your stickers and other things that you'll include in your layouts. Sometimes photos are going into your layouts. And we've got a hobby knife set and a little self-healing cutting mat all in one set. Small enough to take with you on the go and to throw in your tote bag with your planner or whatever else. Even scrapbooking, because photos in your scrapbook, this would be great for any kind of trimming and stuff like that on the go. The cutting mat is the same on both sides with your grid and everything on there. And then we've got 3 of the hobby knives, one with a narrow handle, one with a larger handle, and then a really big jumbo. So whatever your project calls for at the time. And these blades are all interchangeable to fit all 3. And you've got so many different options. Here you have the angled in a smaller and a larger version. And then there's more of sort of a chisel tip. And here is a straight chisel without the angle. And then a smaller straight chisel. We've got another of the angled one like this here in the larger. And here's one of the smaller. And here's a really wide angled chisel. So many different. Here's a couple of curved. And this one down here is a really odd shape. What I really like about this is that strip right there behind all of those blades is magnetic, so it's going to help keep them in place for you so that you don't accidentally cut yourself. And you can just put that in there and put it right into your tote bag on the go. I love it. We will look a little bit more at that later on, but I really want to get into these gel pens. And these are actually good for writing in your planners and journals, or coloring and drawing. And like I said, the set of 20 retractables has the soft grip and the regular colors. We do have a couple of very vibrant, almost neon ones. And there are 19 colors in the 0.7 millimeter medium point. And then we have 1 black fine point in the 0.5 millimeter. So the black is also one of the colors in the medium points. So you have the option in the black of 0.5 or 0.7, either way you want to go. And then the rest are the 0.7. And this is the 0.5 in black. Remember, all the others are 0.7. So let's see how that fine point does. And I have used some of these, but on the ones that haven't, you just kind of have to roll. There is a little plastic tip that helps keep that protected and keeps it from drying out before it arrives to you. So let's try out this fine point. I really like the feel of that soft grip. And that is very nice. That didn't even feel like a ball point. That felt like some of my nicer felt tip pens. So let's try it in the 0.7 medium point. And again, get rid of that little plastic tip. That is a little bolder. I like that. And then this one here, I thought was another black, but it's actually a navy. It's a very dark navy. I think that looks really nice. Well, since red jumped out at me there, we'll go ahead and try the red. And they all seem to be flowing very smoothly. And I love a retractable pen. That is a nice color right there. I like that. And now the yellow. Doesn't show up too well for writing, but I have done some coloring with it and I do like the yellow. It's very vibrant, and I'll show you guys some coloring a little later on as well. I just wanted you guys to see how well these write, because planners is probably going to be my main use for these. And then we have a couple of turquoise that are pretty close in color. One leans a little more toward blue, and then this one is a little more greenish, more toward the teal spectrum, I guess. And it did skip a little bit. But these are new out of the pack, and I have found once you write with them a little bit, it kind of, once it gets started, they don't skip after that. And there is a magenta. That is more pink looking than the pen indicates. And that is a brighter, maybe sort of a more neon pink. And then we have our royal blue. Skipping just a little bit. We need to get that started. Then we have a very dark forest green here. Very subtle. I like that. That's a nice color. Comes out more like an emerald green. And then here we have this sort of orange red. And then we have a brown. Writing in my planner, I will probably use these more than the other set, but the other set I have found to be wonderful for coloring. I'll show you a little bit of them in writing first too. Now I will say the only thing that I didn't like about these is that, and that goes for this set also actually, they do not have color names or numbers or really anything to indicate what pen you are using. So that makes it kind of difficult. And when it comes to using these just on a regular basis, that's really not going to be much of an issue, because, you know, I can just grab one and scribble it on a piece of scrap paper and decide if I like the color and if that's what I want to use. That's no problem for me, but I think where the problem will come in is once these do run out, trying to figure out which refills are which, because some of these colors in this large set here, there is a set of 60. So some are very similar, and it's going to be kind of hard to figure out which ones I need to be using for that. Oh, this is the good set. This first tray here is our glitter colors. Let me refer back to that and see how many we have. We have 12 glitter colors. So this whole tray here is glitter. And actually, these glitter pens are my favorite from the whole set. I love these glitter pens. I'm going to back up and start from the beginning with my silver. There are two colors of silver. I guess one is more of a pewter. Here is our purpley color. That is so pretty. I could see myself using these not only in planners and journals, but even in card making and scrapbooking. And they're going to be great in coloring. Let me color a little patch out next to it there so you can see. Maybe you can see the glitter in it that way. And then we have a lighter pink. And I really like that. I'm going to go ahead and back up before I get much further and color a little swatch of the others as well, because I really want you guys to be able to see the glitter in that. This glittery red would be so great for Christmas. Just to write and sign your name on the inside of someone's card with a glitter pen is just going to be so pretty. And that yellow, I'm surprised how well that yellow shows up. And this one is our lighter yellow. It's just a brighter yellow, I guess you would say. More like a pewter color. And I think those are just beautiful. And like I said, there's really nothing to denote what is our classics and what's our neons. On the glittery ones, the case has sort of glitter on it, so those are pretty easy to tell. The rest, I'm not really sure what's what. This looks like maybe a classic. That's sort of a royal purple, but this one looks like neon. It definitely is. That looks like your traditional highlighters. And there's more of a green highlight. So these are definitely the neons that we're into now. Like I said, without color names, it's going to be kind of difficult. So I'm just going to randomly try a few more for you guys. That is a dark brown. I really like that. Using that in my planner on fall pages is going to look really nice. And I'm noticing too that these are varying thicknesses. Seems that some of them have more of a bold point and some of them are finer. From the looks of it, this may be our metallics. So let's try gold. And then we have a silver. And then even some colorful metallics. And this looks like we're getting into some of our pastels. That's a pretty bright pastel. It's almost exactly like this one. It's just not as neon. It doesn't have that sort of glow to it. We even have a white. Let's see, let's try to go over some of this color with it. So that went over it pretty well. It's sort of covering that up, and you can see our white. It's not as opaque as my Uniball white, but it could be useful in a lot of applications. Here we have a peach. Again, very similar to the neon, just not quite as glowy. This is a very light pastel. Okay, let's skip to the last. This looks like some more of our classics here, and then here we have our 6 rainbow colors. And you can see how they have multiple colors of ink within the pen so that it will change as you go. And I did try these out ahead of time, and just to be honest with you, I wrote for quite a while and it never changed color. So this one is starting out with sort of an orange color, and you can see if we just keep writing, we really don't see a color change yet, and I'm afraid it would take a long time to see the color change. When I heard that there were rainbow colors in here, I really wanted to see a change of color within a few words, but it seems to write with the same color for a long time. So you'd have to be writing a very long letter or journal entry if you would even see a change then. I don't know. But as you see, that still hasn't changed colors. So I would have liked to see the colors change a little quicker. And you can see I've got that color of ink all the way back to here before it's going to change to a blue. So I don't know how I feel about those. I was really excited about those in particular, but I don't think they're going to change quick enough for what I thought they were going to be. So I've got my Arteza coloring book here, and we're going to try some of our pens in that. And I thought it would be really fun for this more intricate pattern, because I don't think coloring with gel pens would be very successful if you were coloring large areas. But I think it is super handy for small fine line details like the coloring in this design here. I'm going to start with some of my glitters because I think that's going to be so pretty. And that was a pretty large area to color in. A little more than just the fine line detailing that's going to be in most of this. But it still did pretty good. I think they work out nicely. But if you're coloring like this with gel pens, just remember gel pens do take a little bit longer to dry. So be careful not to smudge it. So knowing that that gel ink can take a little while to dry, I'm just sort of treating this like I would a watercolor, and that's just to skip across and not do anything directly next to it just yet, so that I don't smear into that while it's still wet. And I think I'm using more of the glitters than anything. I really hope you guys can see the shimmer on that. So pretty. The glitters are definitely my favorites. And you can buy just those separately. And look how vibrant that yellow turned out. I think that is gorgeous. So now I think I'm going to find that brown so it can be like a sunflower. And it's actually dark enough to kind of cover the lines that were in that drawing already. Let's see, now I'll take my darker yellow for that little circle. This is the orangey sort of school bus yellow. And now for the last thing I think I'm going to try, I'm going to use some of the retractables and see how they do for coloring. I think they're going to do pretty well. I love these pens. I love the retractables and I love the other set. The retractables are my favorite for how they feel in my hand. But for how they look on paper, I think my favorites are the glitters from the set of 60. So we're going to try out our graphite paper also. And this comes with 60 sheets. And I haven't used graphite paper since probably when I was in elementary school. And I think this could come in very handy in planners or any other form of art that you wanted to use it in. It's going to help you transfer any image that you want. I'm going to quickly try to find an image in here that I can duplicate. So I'm going to pick out some of these fruits that I want to trace, lay my cardstock under there, and then just lay my graphite in between with the gray side up and the black side down. And that will transfer the graphite for us. I'm going to use a stylus, but you could use a pencil or pen if you want to. I just wanted to use the stylus so that I'm not coloring on this page and I can save it for another project later. And I can skip right through that leaf as if it wasn't there. Okay, and I'm going to do this flower. And I'm just kind of hurrying along. I'm sure yours will turn out much better if you take your time a little more than I am. I'm going to do the pear. And then just where I think that line would be. Let's see how that turned out. I think that turned out so cute, you guys. I love that. So you could do that and transfer any image that you wanted to and transfer it into your planner or scrapbook or journal, whatever you've got. And now last, we're going to try our hobby knife set. So I'm going to put my cutting pad underneath what I want to cut. And I'm going to get one of my knives and see if I can cut around the edge. I know these would be great for trimming straighter things, but I thought it'd be really fun to see if we could cut around our curved shapes and see how well it would do. I just love the little case that these knives are in. And this little travel size cutting mat I think is just adorable. And you know, I probably never would have thought of craft knives as something to take with you on the go, but I definitely would now with this set. I think this is amazing. And I think that did a mighty fine job cutting around those curved edges and everything else. And that self-healing mat just seals right back together to itself. And I love that as well. So once again, 3 thumbs up for Arteza. I love the hobby knife set. I love the retractable gel pens, and I love the gel pen bundle. And I will include the links to all of them for you guys, as well as some sets of the gel pens that are included in this larger set, maybe in smaller sets if I can find them, just the metallics or just the glitters, and see how I can find those on the website for you and include everything that I can. And this is a very large set. If you don't want or need that many, get one of the smaller sets, but this is super inexpensive. I mean super inexpensive. There's no reason not to go ahead and get the whole set unless you just think you won't have a need for them. So I'll have the links included in the description below for whichever option you might want to choose, and you can order what suits your needs. But I highly suggest these products. They are amazing, and I can't wait. My planner is going to be so colorful and glittery and shimmery. So you guys, leave a comment below and let me know what you think about them. Let me know if you decide to get some of these products for yourself. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a like over on my Facebook page, and be sure to join our Facebook group, Crafty Minds. Also follow me on Pinterest and Instagram, and don't forget to visit my blog. I'll have those links along with Arteza's links in the description below, so be sure and check them out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.